All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City Council special budget meeting. Item number 1 is call to order. Council meetings can be watched in real time via Cox Cable Channel 11 and at tempe.gov/tempe11. Members of the public may also attend the meeting virtually through Microsoft Teams. Also, just want to note that the statement played during the video earlier at the regular council meeting regarding the proper conduct at city council meetings still applies for this special meeting. So the first item under section 2 is 2A, which is to hold a public hearing to adopt a resolution adopting the fiscal years 2025-26 through 2029-30 capital improvements program. Council members, any questions for staff regarding items 2A through 2D? Not seeing any. All right, this is also, though, a public hearing, so I would open up the public testimony portion of the public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to address the City Council on the adoption of the fiscal year 2025-26 through 2029 CIP? 2029-30 CIP. All right. Seeing none, obviously, then I will go ahead and close the public testimony portion of the public hearing. Council members, any comments or discussion? Second. It's been moved by Vice Mayor Garland and seconded by Councilmember Keating. I just have one item for staff. And actually, I see our city manager. I can actually ask her. So, one item regarding the CIP, and I understand that there's no specific kind of dollar amount for this item, but I know a couple of members of our community talked at one point about implementing a dementia-friendly park initiative. And I know that, right now it can't be done next year. The money is not allotted, but we're talking about kind of a 5-year CIP. And once again, not asking staff to come forward right now and present a hard number on what that might look like. But obviously, I know a lot of us have family members or people in our lives that have been touched by dementia, along with a lot of people in this community who've had some of the same challenges. And so I really do think it's a really wonderful idea that they brought forward, and would love to see if at some point we could actually make this a reality and designate a portion of an existing park as a dementia-friendly park for folks who are suffering through dementia, which is very hard, obviously, for people suffering, but also especially hard for the family. So once again, not asking for a specific kind of dollar recommendation this evening, but is that something that we can pursue in the upcoming kind of CIP?
Yes, Mayor, of course, and I think the staff is already working on that
Okay.
With our CFO, so happy to give you an update.
Wonderful.
At a later date.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
you.
that. And council, you okay with that? I should ask all of you.
I think it's a great idea.
Excellent. I want to make sure I got consensus before giving. Excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. That being said, the motion was made by Vice Mayor Garland and seconded by Councilmember Keating. With that, please vote.
I have to say aye.
Okay. And she said aye, so that item also passes 7-0. The next item under the section is 2B, which is to hold a public hearing as required under the state's Truth in Taxation statute and adopt a resolution indicating the city's intention to adopt a primary property tax levy that, excluding amounts related to new construction, will be greater than last year's primary tax levy. This is also a public hearing item, so I'm going to open up the public testimony portion. If there's anyone wishing to speak before the council at this time, please get my attention now. All right, seeing none, I will close the public testimony portion of the public hearing. Let's see, council members, any comments or discussion on item 2B?
Second.
Did someone move it? Or?
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't even hear that, actually. How did he hear it and I didn't hear it? Wow, that's well done.
I can't touch my ear, but I...
There we go. So it's been moved by Councilmember Amberg and seconded by Councilmember Keating. I'm going to have to do a roll call vote on this one by statute, so I'll go ahead and start with Vice Mayor Garland. Aye. Councilmember Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Amberg.
Aye.
Councilmember Chin.
Aye.
Councilmember Hodge.
Aye.
Councilmember Keating.
Yes.
And I vote aye as well. That item passes unanimously 7-0. The next item under the section is 2C, which is to introduce and hold the first public hearing to adopt the fiscal year 2025-26 property tax ordinance. This is also a public hearing item, so if there's any public testimony from any member of the public, can you please get my attention now? Okay, seeing that, I'll close the public testimony portion of the public hearing. Council members, any comments or discussion? Actually, no, this is got a second hearing on this one, so I'll need to retract the motion. So, okay, all right, wonderful. So, any comments or discussion? All right, hearing none, the second and final public hearing on this item is scheduled for July 1st, 2025. The last item under the section is 2D, which is to hold a public hearing to adopt a resolution containing estimates of proposed expenditures by the city of Tempe for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026, and to declare that such shall constitute a final budget for the city of Tempe for said fiscal year. This is also a public hearing item, so if there's any public testimony on this item, can you please get my attention at this time? All right, seeing none, I'll close the public testimony portion of the public hearing. Council members, any comments or discussion? All right, seeing none, then I will look for a motion.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Keating and seconded by Councilmember Hodge. Please vote.
Aye. Mayor, I have to do a voice vote.
Okay.
Aye.
Then that also passes 7-0. That brings me to item number 3, which is adjournment. The next scheduled City Council special budget meeting will be on July 1st, 2025. We are going to be adjourned, but we have one more meeting to finish, so we'll wait another minute and turn the room around.